Hello everyone! Today I'll show you how to make this beautiful Austrian cake, the Sacher torte. But just before we start with the ingredients, I just want to tell you a little bit of this cake history. The history of this cake goes back in 1832 in Vienna, where it was baked for the first time by Franz Sacher, the guy that obviously gave the name to the cake. Okay, at this point, we are ready to introduce the ingredients. 3, 2, 1, yum! We're gonna need 3 large eggs, 65 grams of unsalted butter at room temperature, 20 grams of icing sugar, 90 grams of caster sugar, 150 grams of apricot conserve, 300 grams of dark chocolate at 70%, 1 vanilla bean, 125 grams of fresh cream, 65 grams of 00 flour, and a pinch of salt. Okay, let's start with our process. Firstly, we're gonna crack our eggs and separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. Make sure there are no parts of egg yolks in your egg whites, otherwise they're not gonna whip. Let's take out our stand mixer and don't forget to plug it in. I'll start by adding our 65 grams of room temperature butter in with 20 grams of icing sugar. Now I'm gonna start the machine and let it go for about 2 minutes just to allow the icing sugar to melt. In the meantime, we can take out our seeds from the vanilla bean by cutting it lengthwise and pressing the tip of our knife against the chopping board. I'm gonna add it to our mixture and start the stand mixer for another couple of minutes. It's time to add our pinch of salt in. Now it's the turn of our egg yolks. Make sure you add them one at a time to allow each yolk to be incorporated in the mixture. Now is the turn of our second yolk. As you can see, each time I add an egg yolk, I stop the machine. Now it's our third one. And now we can let go the mixture for 8 to 10 minutes at the maximum velocity. In the meantime, we can start melting our 75 grams of dark chocolate on bain-marie. Let the chocolate go till it's not completely melted, by stirring it occasionally. At the end must have this kind of consistency. Now it's time to go back to our stand mixer. Our mixture should be almost ready. This is the consistency that we want to obtain at the end. Now we can put it aside and start to add our melted chocolate in. Make sure your melted chocolate is not over 55 degrees, otherwise it's gonna melt the butter and it's gonna be a disaster. Incorporate the chocolate in the butter by mixing it from down to upwards. And our mixture is finally ready. Now we have to add our egg whites in our stand mixer and let them go for a minute before adding the first part of the sugar. I recommend you to add the sugar in 2 to 3 times. You have to whisk the egg whites till you don't get a consistency of about 70%. Once the egg whites are ready, it's the turn to add them to our chocolate and butter mixture. So add the first 50% in and incorporate it. Add the other 50% of the egg whites with the sifted 00 flour. Mix all together till you obtain a nice and smooth consistency. For a good baking result, it's also very important there are no lumps in the mixture. And our mixture is ready to be transferred in a mold. Take the butter and pass it evenly on the mold. In this case, I'm using an 18 cm diameter one. Do the same with the flour. Again, make sure there are not any spots left. Now it's time to add finally our mixture in. Add it gently and flatten it out. Now we are ready for the oven. Bake it for 35 to 40 minutes in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius. Our sponge is finally ready. Make sure it's cold before cutting it. Mark the cake first with a knife without going too deep, just to make sure that you are following a straight line. Once you are sure of it, you can go deeper with the knife and finish the cut. Split your cake in half and spread it with the apricot conserve. Make sure the cake is evenly covered. Now take the other half and again, spread the apricot conserve evenly. Now we are ready for our chocolate ganache. Let's put our 125 grams fresh cream on boil. When it starts to boil, let's turn off the burner and add 225 grams of dark chocolate in and stir it. When the ganache looks smooth and silky, it's ready. Make sure it's not too hot when you pour it on the cake, or the apricot conserve could melt, and you will have to start all over again. Yum! When the cake is evenly covered with the chocolate ganache, put it to rest in the fridge for an hour. And here we go. Here is our cake ready to be decorated. Or, if you really cannot wait, just eat it without decorations. In this case, I will simply make a little writing on it. And our cake is ready. And now the cutting test. As you can see, the knife cuts through perfectly, without any resistance. This is what you want. that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed baking this cake. Subscribe to our channel for more beautiful recipes. Like the video and let us know in the comments what would you like to be done next, okay? Looking forward to see you all again. Take care. Ciao.